Television during our Nutrisystem presentations. Here's Sheila. She lost 30 pounds in 6 months. I always like the after. Everybody's like kind of smiling and dancing, right? Here's Linda, 80 pounds lighter in 12 months. Hey, listen, 12 months is gonna go by anyway. You might as well make small changes to have a big impact on your life, on your health, on your social life, on pretty much everything. Christina lost 30 pounds in 6 months. Come on over to the TV set if you're just listening to HSN. You have to see these before and afters. We're gonna be having live testimonials. Here's Mike. He lost 55 pounds in just 7 months. Don't you hate the guys? They always lose it so much faster. But yep, there you go. This is for men, this is for women. This is for anybody out there who during the last couple of years, and it's pretty much everyone on the planet, didn't do the best that they could for their health. Listen, we did the best that we could to get through the last few years. I know some of us are up 10 pounds, 15, 20, 34. If you want to lose 10 pounds or 110 pounds, come over to the TV set because I have an unprecedented offer from Nutrisystem. This has been so popular since the minute we launched at midnight because of how affordable and how easy it is. The offer is 22-day food plan, weekends off. You get breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. You even get 7 shakes. And the shakes are wonderful. They really fill you up. They're delicious. So you can, of course, you know, if you've never tried them before, they're honestly my favorite part of the whole program because I've done this program. And the price is $199.99. So let me break that down for you. $9.09 a day for food. How much do you spend a day for food? How much do you spend a week on your groceries? This is $49 a week. But to me, my favorite part of the show is our special guest. She has walked the walk. She's about to talk the talk. Here she is. That is not a recent picture, but we're gonna go through some of the pictures. We've got more updated pictures than that one. So maybe you've seen her on television. She's been a news anchor on CNN. She went through her life like, you know, like all of us who work on television, everybody at home who has a computer commenting on what they look like, bosses commenting on what we look like.
Right.
I know we've all experienced that in this job we have. So all the things that women feel about criticism about our weight and multiply it by 100 million homes watching and giving their 2 cents, right?
That's right.
So it's a very hard thing to do. And she made the decision and lost weight on her own with Nutrisystem and did a big article about it. She was on the cover of a women's magazine. And Nutrisystem came to her and said, hey, we heard about this thing you did. Would you like to tell other people? So to me, Kat, the most fascinating part about it is you're not like a celebrity who they gave money to, who did this. You're somebody who completely did it on your own.
That's right.
And then they asked you in the afterwards, can you share your story?
That's right. And, you know, and I had tried everything. I was a heavy child, a heavy adolescent. I mean, when I was younger, I couldn't even buy regular kid boots because they didn't zip up over my calf. As an adult, I was the person who walked into a store and I would be like, please let me just find something that can fit. That was the goal, just something that could fit. My top weight was close to 250 pounds in my 20s. I went on a trendy diet. I cut out a whole food group. I lost 90 pounds. But the day I went off that diet, my weight started creeping up. I mean, I was even on Oprah telling my weight loss story as my weight was climbing back up while I was working as a news anchor. And a friend of mine saw my weight creeping back up because I had gotten to well over 200 pounds while I was doing the news. And he called me up. He had a friend that had been successful on Nutrisystem. And he said, have you tried Nutrisystem? And I remember this like it was yesterday, but it was over 18 years ago. And I said, I've tried everything. And he said, if you haven't tried Nutrisystem, you haven't tried everything. So I'll be honest, I just tried it just to check the box. So I go, now I've tried everything. I didn't really know what to expect. But the first thing was I got this giant box and it had all this food in it, like real breakfast, lunches, dinners. I was eating multiple times a day. I wasn't hungry. I was satisfied. At the end of the week, I got on the scale. I had lost weight. I had lost weight the second time. And I was still working at the news organization. So I didn't want people to know that I was on a diet. So I was taking the lasagna out of the Nutrisystem package, putting it in like a little, you know, plastic container, and that's what I was eating at work. And I was really self-conscious. I was like, okay, they're looking at me going, she's eating lasagna, she's eating cookies, what's going on? But by the third week, people were like, did you do something with your hair? What's going on here?
Do something with your hair.
Yeah. What's going on? By the 6th week, I was a full pant size smaller. I'd lost close to 50 pounds in just over 4 months. Now viewers, those viewers who were so unkind before, we're now going, what did you do? What's going on? And then I appeared on the cover, my story appeared on the cover of Women's World magazine, and Nutrisystem called me and said, did you really go on our program? I said, I really did, and I love it. I love it. And they made me an offer I couldn't refuse, and it's the honor of being here to talk to you about a program that can change your life the way it changed mine.
Yeah, and you know, Kat, what I'm listening to you about your story is that you went on that diet where you eliminated an entire food group. And honestly, me, everyone I know, we've all gone on that diet.
Right.
Where you're like, okay, this food group is bad, we're not gonna eat that food group. How long has that lasted? Has it lasted meal 1 and meal 2, and then by the 3rd meal, you're like, I kind of miss that food group.
Right.
It's unsustainable, and I think we have to stop blaming ourselves like, oh, I don't have the willpower to eliminate an entire food group. I don't know how great it is to eliminate an entire food group. I mean, when you're eating with Nutrisystem, you're eating everything from, you know, delicious, you know, pizza, lasagna, pasta, cookies, popcorn, but you're not eating, you know, 15 barrels of popcorn.
Right.
It's portion control is really, it's teaching the eye, the stomach, the life, what a reasonable amount is. And then like a little baby chick, it kind of scooches you out on weekends.
Exactly.
Right? To give it a try on your own. And then you come back in, you get your little training wheels back on, and you do it. It's almost like rehearsing for a play that you perform over the weekends, and then you go back to rehearse it all week again. I love the genius of the weekends off, because you go out with your friends. You go out with your husband, your friends, your kids. You live your life, and then you come back on Monday and you see how did you do on your own. And then you're like, all right, I'm gonna lose more weight. The fact that you know, they say if you do something like 80% of the time, you're gonna be 100% successful.
That's exactly right. And you know what, there are actually studies behind that. Like if you're on program 5 days a week, the 2 days a week, you can't overeat it. And the great thing, what I noticed with Nutrisystem, because I was so used to now eating proper portions, when I would go to the restaurant and they would bring the plate, I'm like, I could now see that's actually 5 meals.
Right.
And then and sometimes I'd be like, well, I'm gonna try and eat it anyway. But I couldn't, because now my body had adjusted to it. Look at Laura, her body adjusted, and she's beautiful in her before. She's absolutely gorgeous. Look at how she's glowing in her after. 30 pounds down in 6 months. This is a program for you whether you have 30 pounds to lose or 130 pounds to lose. Nutrisystem can get you there. Here's Ken, he called in this morning actually. Ken lost 65 pounds in 11 months. And you know, he's a mental health professional, and he was saying that he didn't even realize how badly he felt about himself until he got on Nutrisystem and the program started working. So this is a program that addresses so many aspects of our health that we're not even thinking about. Here's Randy, who lost 35 pounds in 6 months. These are transformational amounts of weight.
Look at the before and after on her. And you know, depending on how tall you are, I don't know how tall Randy is, 35 pounds is a huge amount of difference.
That's right.
In your health and everything, because, you know, you think about like, oh, you know what, my knees feel like they hurt a little bit, your joints, you know, when your weight is, you put your shoes on and you're like, these shoes didn't used to hurt, but they hurt. I know you guys have watched me for years. You've seen my weight go up, you've seen my weight go down. I know during the last few years, it's been very challenging, and so many people have lost, you know, have put weight on. About a year ago, I was like, you know, I once again had to refocus, go back, but I'll tell you, you really need to do something for the long haul.
Right.
And I did not eliminate a food group. I just, you know, we encourage you to walk and get your exercise in. You'll read like in the fine print, a lot of these people added exercise, which I think is really important, but it's like the compliments that you get, how amazing you feel. Maybe you, like your friends are going boating, you're like, I'm gonna go on that boat, but maybe I wouldn't have like 5 years ago, like before I felt good about how I looked.
Exactly,
you know what I mean, Kat?
exactly. I mean, when I was still working in news, I remember one year, my boss and I were like, oh, you know what, we're gonna lose weight, and when we go to to the holiday party. We're gonna be this, that, and the other. And I remember I didn't end up going to the holiday party because not only had I not lost weight, I had gained weight. So there were so many things that I wasn't doing because of my weight. I wasn't going to family reunions. I've never been to my high school reunion. I wasn't going to parties. I was just missing out. And you know what? Now at 53, I feel younger than I did when I was 23 because now I have control. And Nutrisystem did that. And I want to introduce you to what we call the Nutrisystem Guarantee. And that is, when you place your order today, you're going to receive 4 weeks worth of food, a full month's worth of food. You have to eat for the next month. What I want to challenge you to do is eat all of the food. Follow the program for the next 4 weeks, and if at the end of 4 weeks you aren't happy with the results, call HSN and say, I want my money back. And they will give you all of your money back, and there's nothing to send back because you've eaten all the food. And if you're thinking, wait a minute, did she just say I can eat all of the food and I can get my money back if I'm not happy? That's exactly right. And Nutrisystem can do that because we know the program works. If you're thinking, I don't know if it's gonna work, the only way you're going to know is if you pick up the phone and say, I'm going to do it. There's one more show after this one. Now is the time to get in. It is dinner time in most of America right now. What are you eating for dinner?
Well, I know what
macaroni
Helen's
and cheese.
eating.
Right?
This macaroni and cheese is so amazing. It's so good.
It's delicious.
I could add, like a vegetable with it or a salad, but knowing that I'm not giving up my favorite cheap foods, quote unquote, or things that I'm not supposed
to eat. Comfort foods.
Yeah, and by the way, there's so many people that have used that, including, very famously, Marie Osmond. So let's take a listen and hear her experience with Nutrisystem.
Today could be the day that changes everything for you. The day you decide to take control and empower yourself to get healthy and finally take care of you.
Here's a great story about Marie. Marie was sitting at home one day watching a Nutrisystem presentation, and she thought, you know what? Let me go ahead and place an order. She didn't tell anybody. She went ahead, she started the program.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, and then she got on the dancing program, so dancing was her exercise, and people were watching her losing weight. She was on Nutrisystem, but she was watching a program just like everybody's watching right now.
I really, so let me ask you this, Kat, is there somebody at home who's watching that what would you say to them if they're like, I don't know, I've done everything. You know how you feel kind of defeatist? I've tried everything and they're just, what would you say? Because I really feel like this is the easiest thing that anybody's could ever do.
Absolutely. I've been there. I was that woman. I was you who thought, nothing's gonna work. I told myself my metabolism was slow. I was big bone.
Right.
I'm just a big girl. I've tried everything. I want you to give it one more try. I want you to give Nutrisystem a try. There are very few things in life that we can say are truly transformational. Nutrisystem is transformational, but you still have to make that first step. I can come here and tell you about it, but you've got to take a step to us and say, okay, I'm in. I want to see what it can do in my life for the next 4 weeks when I'm eating peanut butter cookies, oatmeal raisin cookies, lemon cookies, cookies.
Now I want cookies.
Right.
I'm gonna start eating some cookies.
Too.
We've got some of the cookies here. We've got oatmeal raisin, peanut butter. I will tell you, the lemon coolers are I think my favorite. I really love them.
Good.
They're so good. And can you imagine, we're like, okay, we want you to lose weight. Here's your cookie. And you're like, wait, what? And then, okay, is that all I eat? Is just a cookie the whole day? No, you get to have macaroni and cheese or hearty beef stew or chili. You get to, you get to eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. I think one of the things that I learned is it's okay to have snacks. Snacking is different than having a snack you think about. You're gonna have a snack, you have it planned. It's, you need to sustain yourself throughout the day.
Right, and a snack for me used to be a whole container of cookies.
So
but this is the chocolate chunk cookie. Look at those big chunks of chocolate. This is a cross between an oatmeal cookie and a chocolate chip cookie, a chocolate chunk cookie with a little hint of cinnamon, so yummy. And the lemon cooler cookies, delicious.
Mine is almost gone, so you're doing a good job showing them before you eat it. Let me just kind of show you how moist they are. This cookie is like moist, and it's not like a dry cookie, like I'm kind of squishing it. It's like really, really moist. It's delicious. I love the lemon. It's kind of like a lemon shortbread. This would be delicious with like a little cup of tea.
Right.
I mean, what a great snack that would be.
It's very refreshing.
So Kat, let's talk about a typical day. So you get the box home, you open up the box, you know, day one, you're like, all right, what does it look like? We give you breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks for 22 days.
Yep. Can we go down here? Can we
let's
walk
go down,
everybody
let's go
through
down
it?
there.
So everything is color coded. Everything you're seeing here, this is what you're going to receive when you place your order today. Everything on the table. The yellow right here, these are your breakfasts. So when you get up in the morning, all you have to decide is, do I want oatmeal? Do I want a chocolate chip muffin? Marie taught me put the muffin in the microwave for about 10 seconds, let the chocolate chips melt and get all ooey gooey. You get to add fresh fruit to this. Remember that program where you cut out a whole food group? No fresh fruits on that one.
Right.
You get to have fresh fruits on Nutrisystem. There's your breakfast. Moving on to lunch. Lunch is color-coded in blue. How does beans and ham soup sound? Chicken noodle soup. We're moving into the fall months with soup and salad is really good. Loaded mashed potatoes. You can add a side salad, grilled vegetables. That garlic cheese flatbread right there, so good. Absolutely delicious. Then moving on to dinner, which is in red. Now dinner, and you know what, I kind of matched dinner. Earlier I was matching dessert, now I'm matching dinner. Barbecue chicken, chili with beans, hearty beef stew, lasagna with meat sauce. These are your comfort foods. These are the things that really satisfy you. And so now you've already eaten 3 times, like the commercial says, but wait, there's more. Snacks and desserts.
We actually do say that. I know. Very cliche, but we actually do say that.
And it's true, there's more, because you're still not done eating. Popcorn, white cheddar popcorn. And you know what, the last time I went to the movies, my movie popcorn was over $10. Nutrisystem is $9.09 a day for all of your meals, for your whole day.
You know, one of the things I do is like, you can take the white cheddar popcorn, I can put it in like in a little Ziploc bag and put it in my purse. And then when my husband's eating like the bucket of like, you know how many calories are in that popcorn? That's
a million.
It's a million. And then you're still having popcorn. And it's so delicious. I love popcorn, and I love the flavored popcorn. You're not feeling like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. You're like, oh, I better eat my popcorn. You know, it's like you get the idea, and then when you finish with your bag, you're done. So it's not like, oh, okay, I'm gonna, you know those big bags. It's so easy to just eat right to the bottom of them.
Right
honestly,
to the bottom.
It is.
And then you look at the back and you go, oh my gosh, that was like 8 servings. Or you start looking at the back and you're like, it's 8 servings. So let me calculate it. Okay, I get 8 pieces of popcorn. Or I can have 4 cheese puffs. Not with Nutrisystem. You get to eat everything, because this is a program about celebrating food, about celebrating you. So if you're tired of doing the starvations diets, you know, it's so funny. I live in a high-rise in Atlanta, so because I went back on program, because pandemic did me no favors except just getting me through it. So I went back on program, and when I was picking up the box, my neighbor was like, "Is that Nutrisystem?" I was like, "Yeah." And so she was like, "So you really do it?" I was like, "Not only do I do it, I love it." She's like, "But I mean, like, will I get enough food? Is it satisfying?" I was like, "Oh yeah, do you want some?" So I open up the box and I give her some. So she goes upstairs, she makes it, she texts me, she goes, "It was so satisfying. I am switching to Nutrisystem." Quote, "I'm tired of starving." She was on a program where she's doing a shake for breakfast, a shake for lunch, and just a salad for dinner. And she says, "I'm tired of starving." I can tell you, I was never hungry on the Nutrisystem program. And every week, consistently, every single week, I was losing weight. Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to take control of your life? This is the moment. This is the time. This is the next to the last show today, and this is the last TS of the year. This is it.
This is it. But every time I turn around, the Nutrisystem elves put more food here. Do you want to have the meatballs or the ramen?
I'd like the meatballs, please.
Okay, there you go. There you go. I don't want to be eat selfishly all these delicious things. But as we are snacking, we have a special caller who's calling in, someone who worked the program. Ashley is calling in, and we're going to see Ashley's before and after and say hello. So hi, Ashley. You're on live on HSN. My name's Helen. You know Kat. We can't wait to hear your story. Ashley, are you there? Ashley? I hear you. I hear Ashley. Ashley?
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Ashley. You're on live. I want to welcome you into the show, and we would love for you to tell everybody not only your story, but your experience using Nutrisystem, because a lot of people watching right now have literally never tried this before.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for having me this evening. So, quick story, I just wanted to lose weight, mostly for my wedding, and the biggest thing is because I couldn't fit into my clothes anymore. I'm a nurse I'm an emergency room nurse, and then I couldn't fit into my clothes. Here's the thing I needed from Nutrisystem. I needed something that was quick and healthy, that I didn't have to meal prep, and I can guarantee you Nutrisystem checked all of those boxes. They have an app that is easy to keep you accountable, and you just have to eat the food and you will lose weight. I lost 40 pounds in 8 months, and it has absolutely changed my life. You have to follow the program. It's super easy to follow. You just eat the food. And I have to say, the food is consistently delicious. They have multiple different types of items on the menu. And here's the thing, you're not giving up anything that you love. There are so many different options.
Well, you said that Nutrisystem changed your life. In what ways did it change your life?
So the biggest thing for me is that being a nurse is obviously very stressful, but being a nurse and being overweight, and I'm just worried about myself and my health, and it really helped with my stress and my energy. I already have to deal with a lot at work, so getting this weight lifted off your shoulders is very hard to explain, but it absolutely changed my self-esteem, and I completely look at myself as a different person, and I'm happier. Overall, I'm a happier person.
Well, you know what? And nurses already have a hard job. The last 3 years, I can't imagine,
I can't imagine
the stress that you've been under.
Right.
So thank you so much for your service in that way. But I think probably, too, you were an inspiration to not only the patients that you serve, but also the people around you. Talk about when people started noticing your weight loss.
Oh, my biggest thing that they noticed was the clothes that I was wearing. I obviously said I couldn't fit into scrubs that were my size, but then I was going down a size. And then when you try on clothes and they're in a smaller size, it is, as a female, it is one of the best feelings that you will ever have.
That is exactly right. And what are some of your favorite foods?
I would consistently say that I loved the meatloaf sandwich, but for a snack or quick on the go, consistently every day, I will pack the cheese puffs. When I'm busy at work, I throw them in my bag.
We have the cheese puffs here.
I go to
Yeah, the cheese puff. How long ago did you lose the weight, Ashley?
For me, it has been over a year, and I have consistently kept off my 40 pounds.
See, that was my question, because to me, that's the thing about Nutrisystem that I hear time and time again, Ashley and Kat, is that when you lose the weight, you keep it off because you're not going, all right, diet over,
right.
Other things start. It's just a continuation of life, right, Ashley?
It is a continuation of life. Nutrisystem really keeps you kind of like good habits. They really incorporate and really encourage you to do vegetables, and they help you with portion control. And it really, really helps you realize and keep your life on track. And I have consistently kept my weight off.
I love it. And what would you say, Ashley, to someone who is on the fence, they're watching right now, they're thinking, I don't know, should I do it, shouldn't I do it? What can you say that would encourage them to pick up the phone and give it a try right now?
I would say that if you're struggling with self-esteem and you're struggling with your weight, you're going to go through some lows, but once you lose that weight, you will be on a high. You will not be afraid for others to see you. So I encourage you. I have tried the fad diets. I have tried the diets. Nutrisystem worked for me. It will work for you.
I love it.
I love it. I love it. Ashley, I don't know if we have any other questions, but before we let you go, is there anything that you want to tell all the people that you're like, I can't wait to get on HSN because I have something I want to share with everyone?
Yes, my biggest thing that I really, really encourage with everyone is that Nutrisystem, if you were looking something like you were stressed out with a diet, meal prepping was the most hardest thing for me. I would say if you were looking something to keep consistent, easy to keep you on track, try Nutrisystem.
Perfect. That summed it up.
That summed it up, yeah.
And you know what? And I'm with you on the meal prepping thing. I tried it. Steamed rice, steamed broccoli, grilled chicken, rinse and repeat. I was over it.
It is exhausting.
Exhausting.
I needed some variety, flavor in my food.
I know that's right. Flavor in my food. You know, I think I'm gonna get a t-shirt that says that.
Thank you, Ashley. Thank you so much. And congratulations, and thank you so much for everything that you do. Honestly, I don't know what we'd do without nurses. Like that is, you are so valued, and we appreciate you.
Thank you, ladies. Have a great evening.
You too.
You too.
Bye.
Bye, Ashley. You know, let me just talk again about the price of this because, you know, I go to the grocery store. I don't think I ever go to the grocery store without spending $100. And every time there's things in my cart that I don't need. So this is $9.09 a day. That's it for all 3 meals plus snacks. Also, $49 a week. Okay, I really recommend auto ship. I just have to say, because if you've got more than like 5-6 pounds to lose, I would do auto ship. Because when you lose that first 5-6 pounds, 10 pounds, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna keep doing it. I wish I had that special. I wish I had that HSN deal where I get a variety of things. So I really encourage auto ship. One of the things I love about our configuration, Kat, is you really get to try a lot of things.
That's right.
I know for me, when I went on the Nutrisystem website, I thought, well, I'd try this, but I don't really know what that is. I just like the idea that you guys pick out a variety for me. It's almost like a coach sets it up for me, like a celebrity would have them. Just here it is. You just do this.
Just
no
eat it.
thought. Just eat it. Maybe go, you know, because I've got out of my comfort zone and tasted things that I may not have picked have ended up being my favorites. Like the lemon cookie, for example. Because I would have thought the chocolate chip cookie would have been my favorite.
I've done the exact same thing going, oh, it's a new food. I don't really know, but I'm gonna go ahead and try it.
Right.
But Nutrisystem, they're chefs, and I've been to the offices. They have chefs that are there that are really working with the foods because it's not diet food. So I wanna make that clear. This isn't diet food. This is regular food, regular comfort food, but just in perfect portions. That's, if there is a magic of Nutrisystem, that is the magic. Those other companies out there, they're making diet foods with, you know, crazy ingredients in it that quite frankly don't work. Because you know what? If they worked, that's who I would be like talking about right now.
Right.
You know what works? Nutrisystem works. If you want something in your life that works, a weight loss program that works, it's Nutrisystem. And that really is the core thing. I used to see infomercials and commercials for juice diets and this diet and that diet. And I would, my main question was, does this work? Nutrisystem works, but only if you give it a try. You have to make that decision. You've got to do it. We can't do it for you. Helen and I can't do it for you. You've got to say, I want to get in. I want to see what that Nutrisystem Guarantee is. And the Nutrisystem Guarantee is you're going to get 4 weeks worth of food. Eat all of the food, all of the breakfasts, all of the lunches, all of the dinners, and the snacks and desserts. And at the end of 4 weeks, if for any reason you aren't happy when you get on the scale, when you try on your clothes, call HSN and say, I want my money back, and they will give it to you. No questions asked, and there's nothing even to send back. You have to eat. You can't go to the grocery store and eat for 4 weeks and go, I'd like my money back. You can't go to a restaurant and eat for 4 weeks and say, I want my money back. But you still have to eat for the next 4 weeks.
Right.
So why not eat Nutrisystem?
The other thing is I'm an empty nester. My daughter graduated from college, and it's like when it's just you and your husband, it's like just buying the ingredients. For example, I'm holding up the box for the lasagna. Lasagna is obviously delicious. We all love it. We all think we're doing something bad if we order lasagna. But here is the delicious lasagna.
So yummy.
So yummy, so satisfying, exactly what you're supposed to eat. But if I bought the pasta, the ricotta, the meat sauce, you know, the meat to make the meat sauce, this is like a whole kitchen cleanup. This is a whole day buying all the herbs and everything. But this is $9.09 a day, including breakfast and lunch and a snack and this.
So you're saving money, you're
Yeah.
saving time, you're losing weight, and you're enjoying the process. That's the other thing that I really appreciated about Nutrisystem was I loved waking up in the morning going, what am I gonna have for breakfast? Right now I'm eating the cinnamon streusel muffin. I loved looking forward to lunch. I'm gonna have the loaded
I love that
baked
muffin.
potato. It's so
That muffin is
yummy.
that cinnamon muffin. You're gonna dive in first. It's so delicious.
So delicious.
Yeah, and you probably spend more than $49 a week for food. So you're gonna buy food anyway. Why not get this, not have to go to the grocery store for a month, and enjoy. And on weekends, you have weekends off.
That's right.
You could go out to eat, and there's even tips on going out to eat, right, Kat?
That's right. You're gonna get a meal planner guide with your order that looks like this. Inside the meal planner guide, it talks you through every single day. So remember we talked about that color coding? It's right here. There's breakfast, there's lunch, there's dinner, and then on your weekends off, and it doesn't have to be weekends, it can be any 2 days. On the back of the guide, there's a toll-free number with nutritional counselors standing by. Let's say your friends are going to a fast food restaurant or a Chinese food restaurant or an Italian food restaurant. You can program this number into your cell phone, walk into the restaurant, call your counselor and go, let me read the items off the menu. What can I eat that keeps me on program? So Nutrisystem has really thought of everything. And I don't know about you, the last time I went to the grocery store, I had sticker shock. My grocery bill had increased so much, and every time it goes up, I was joking saying I need to just start a garden and grow my own food because everything's going up. But when you place your order for Nutrisystem today, you're locking in that price if you go with auto delivery. So if you're someone who likes to budget, you like to know what you're spending, by going on auto delivery, you know what your food bill is for the first month, for the second month, for the third month, for the fourth month, and you're losing weight. You know what? I'm going back on program. I was sitting around, I drank probably more rosé than I should have.
You and 240 million Americans.
Right. I drank a lot of rosé. I'm going back on program. Look at Rose. She went on Nutrisystem. She lost 103 pounds.
She looks like a different person, honestly.
She really does.
Yeah.
She really does. 103 pounds in 26 months. Do you have 103 pounds to lose? Maybe you have 33 pounds to lose. Maybe 53 pounds to lose. Nutrisystem can help you get there if you make the decision today to say, I want to try it. Tracy made the decision, 30 pounds in 8 months. Gorgeous in her before. Now she's like, oh yeah, let me show the side view. Girl, look at me in her red dress. This is the program that gets you back in life, where you say, you know what, I want to go to that party. I've got a cute red dress. Or you know what, look at me. My name is Mike. I lost 58 pounds in 6 months. We have a lot of partners that go on the program.
Yeah.
You know, one person will go on it, and then later the other partner will say, wait a minute, you're losing weight. I want to go on it. Well, today, don't do that. Today, make the decision for both of you today.
Buy two.
That's right. Because after today, you won't be able to get today's value. And here's Brian, 86 pounds in 10 months.
Spoiler alert, the guys will do it faster.
Right.
I hate to make people sad, but Kat and I do not lie. Brian, it is 86 pounds in 10 months.
Right.
Good for you, buddy.
Right. Yay.
Yay. That probably would not be my experience. I'm just saying. But it's so great. But, maybe just being supportive, because I think when my husband and I, when we're like, okay, we're on the same page, I think it's more successful. I know that we're going to take a teeny little break, and when we come back, we have another testimonial caller calling in who's going to talk about their story, and I don't want you to miss it. It's absolutely amazing. So we'll see you back in just a second with more of our special from Nutrisystem.
Never run out of the things you love with AutoShip at HSN. Receive your favorite items with automatic deliveries and easily customize your shipping preferences. Plus, AutoShip locks in your order price while enrolled. It's the smartest way to get more of a good thing. Search AutoShip on hsn.com.
Every Monday night, I'll be here to help you make your house a home. I'll bring you new ideas to keep you safe, to provide comfort and convenience. So start your week with me. Watch Adam's Open House Monday nights at 9.
Leslie, your HSN style expert, and I'm here with exclusive behind-the-scenes access to this year's fall fashion selections, and I can't wait to show them to you. Join me on the runway for a week-long series that will get you at peak chic all fall long. We've reserved a front row seat just for you. Shop the runway, beginning August 29th, right here on HSN.
Well, I'm so glad you're watching HSN. We are halfway through with our presentation with Nutrisystem, and we have, I do want to mention that we have the shakes that come with it. So you're getting 22 days, breakfast, lunch, and dinner and snacks, and then you're also getting 7 shakes. Here it is right here. But you can get extra shakes, and my producer's updating me that you guys are already buying the shakes. So I have a special with the shakes, and I think we're gonna put them on the screen for you. But Kat knows exactly what it is. It's 20.
It's 2 canisters, and you get your choice of 2 chocolate, 2 vanillas, or chocolate and vanilla.
Yeah, Kat's just gonna talk and I'm gonna eat. This is the greatest day of my life. Go ahead, you do it.
And you know, and here's how the shakes work into the day. You know what, some of those, like those other programs, they want you to just live on a shake or replace a meal with a shake. That's not what you're gonna do with Nutrisystem. Even with the shakes, you're still gonna eat your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, your snack, and then you can have an additional shake if that's what you want. So we're gonna give you 7 shakes with every order that you order today, but for people who go, oh, I love the shakes. If you're someone who loves shakes, go ahead and say, you know what? Yeah, send me my 28 days of shakes.
You know, honestly, I personally love the shakes. They really filled me up. And I felt like I was drinking like a chocolate milkshake, and sometimes I have a coffee machine, I would put a shot of espresso in them.
Yum. I like to blend mine up with frozen bananas.
Oh, okay.
Or frozen cherries, and it gets really thick. You know that fast food restaurant with the little girl with the red pigtails? Like their chocolate.
Oh, yum, yum, yum. That's a great idea.
That's what this tastes like. It's so thick and creamy.
Yeah.
And I love that this isn't a meal, because on some of the other programs, this is a meal. This is all you get to eat. They want you to have 2 shakes and a salad. That is not gonna work. I am not gonna make it through the day. I will be really angry and salty and unpleasant. Hangry. I will be hangry, girl. Unpleasant to be around. The great thing about Nutrisystem is you're eating all day long. You're enjoying the process. People are seeing your success, going, hey, what are you doing? And I want you to have that, but you're only going to do it if you give it a try. There's a reason that you're watching the show right now. There's a reason that you're listening. There's something in you that's saying, I think I should try it. Should I try it? Well, if I can get in your head, yes, you should try it.
You know, for people who are just tuning in, let's kind of go back over there and start from the beginning. When somebody at home orders, let's show them everything that they're getting, how they do it. Yeah, because we've got everything on this table is what you're getting, and it comes in a big box.
That's right.
So it's not, this isn't refrigerated or frozen. You can actually, if you go camping, you can take it or take it to the office. It's
I flew in yesterday. I took bars with me on the plane because I knew, like, what if I get stuck at the airport? I don't want to eat airport food, plus it's expensive. So I took a couple of breakfasts, everything in yellow. These are your breakfasts right here. And you're not just eating a bowl of oatmeal or a bar. You're adding fresh fruit, or if you're having cereal, you can have milk with it or almond milk. That's your breakfast. Then you're gonna move on to lunch. Lunch is everything in blue. Beans and ham soup, chocolate peanut butter bar, brand new, the mushroom parmesan soup with chicken. So good, hearty, delicious, warm. We're moving into those fall months. Soup and salad, that's your lunch. Then dinner is in red. And you know what? There are 3 thick crust pizzas here, 3 of them. Everything you're seeing here is what you're getting. So you're gonna get 3 thick crust pizzas. You're going to get chili with beans, harvest grain bowl, lasagna with meat sauce
which I just ate, which was delicious.
It's so delicious. Good. And you know what? I'm someone who likes my larger meal earlier in the day. So I would actually eat I would actually eat this for lunch, and then I would have the lunch for dinner. I would have soup and salad for dinner.
Oh, interesting.
So you can eat them in whatever order you want, however it suits you. But just keep eating because there's still more. There's still the purple, which are your snacks and desserts. And some days you're in the mood for salty, so you want to have maybe popcorn, or then another day you want something sweet. You can have a cookie, and you saw the cookies we had. And then you're going to get 7 shakes with every order. And actually with your first order, your first week is what we call Fast 5.
Okay.
So your first 7 days, you're going to be eating Nutrisystem and a shake every day. And the reason Nutrisystem calls it Fast 5 is because you can lose up to 5 pounds in that first week. Nutrisystem knew it's very important to see success very early on.
Right.
How often have we gone on a program and you're like, man, I was working hard this week.
And nothing happened.
And nothing happened. Nothing happened. You get on the scale, you're like, okay, there's something wrong. I mean,
Right.
And then you go get a dumbbell, you put the dumbbell on it, you're like, well, no, that was accurate. Apparently nothing happened.
Right, let's weigh something in the house that I know weighs something, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, but you're gonna get those results right away.
Right
That's
away.
the Fast 5. So you get 7 days of food for your first week, and then you have
Then you go to
weekends
5,
off.
exactly. But you still get, every month you're gonna get those bonus shakes. And then if you get, I don't know, what's it called with the 2 canisters? Is there a name for that?
The shakes, are you
Yes.
talking about?
The 2 shakes?
Yeah, it's a 2 shake. It's a upsell. I mean, it's also available.
Yeah, if you go with that,
Yeah.
you can have shakes every single day
Right.
while you're on the program. So there's never any deprivation. You're not going to be hungry. You're not going to be like my neighbor who's like, I'm tired of starving.
Right.
When she said that, I was like, wow, people still do starvation
But you know what, Kat,
diets?
let me ask you something, because I think a lot of people say, oh, carbs, they're like the devil's work. We're gonna put them over here, and I'm a weak person if I have a carb. Only because if you don't have any carbs, you're gonna be exhausted. You're
Exhausted.
Gonna be, you know, they're good carbs. We're gonna ask you, what's the difference between good carbs and bad carbs? Because there is a difference.
There is a difference, and it has to do with how the carbohydrates impact your blood sugar, how quickly it gets into your blood sugar. If you're thinking, you know, you're eating white rice versus brown rice. So Nutrisystem said it's not about cutting out the carbs, it's just about having the right carbs. So you can have mac and cheese, you can still have pizza, and it doesn't have to be with some vegetable crust. It can be regular pizza crust, and you can enjoy it. And so Nutrisystem said, don't worry about all of the technicalities. We have worked it all out. You just eat the food, lose the weight, enjoy the journey, and later on, if you want to read about the science and tell people about the science while they're asking you, hey, does it work? Did you like the food? Was it delicious? You can tell them it was delicious. And I made a decision on a Monday night in the 7 p.m. Eastern hour to change my life.
All right, well, this is, again, this is my favorite part of doing Nutrisystem presentation is having the testimonial callers, people who've gone through it. Now, Kat, of course, is here live in the studio, which I love. But we're gonna go to Joey, who went through the program. We're gonna show Joey's before and after, but we're gonna hear from him live about his experience. So, hi, Joey, you're on live. My name is Helen, and you know Kat. Welcome to the show and your 79-pound weight loss in 9 months.
Thank you so much, guys, for having me on.
So, Joey, tell us your Nutrisystem journey.
Yeah, so the journey started, I was about 280 pounds, and I always tell people that, you know, I had that you know, happy-go-lucky on the outside, but on the inside I knew that something was a little off. I didn't look right. I didn't feel right. Things were just a little bit off. One day I was eating lunch with my wife, and she had this look in her eye, and she looked at me and was like, you know, I want to talk to you. And I knew that, you know, it was very important, that I was probably in trouble for something. But she wanted to just tell me, you know, she looked at me and just, you know, said that, you know, we want you here for the long haul. And she was talking about herself and my son at the time. We have a daughter now. Yeah. We want you here for the long haul. And the way that you're eating, it's not going to go well, because you're just doing so much damage to your body. You're not being healthy. You're just, you know, it's not good. And so I took that to heart, right? I really did. And I said, you know what, I'm going to make a change. I promise you I'll make a change. And then I did it, as I call it, the guy way. And I tell everybody I did it the guy way, which is we don't ask directions. We don't need instructions. We know how to do these things, right? And I tried every single thing I could find. Everything I could find on the internet, I tried. Nothing worked. And then I was like, well, I can make my own plans. None of those worked. And so it became one of those things that where I was doing these deals and nothing was working. And then one night I was sitting on the couch watching TV, and a Nutrisystem commercial came on. And at that point, my wife looked over and said, "Hey, you should try that." And that was, more of a directive than, than a
question.
It wasn't really, a question. It was more of a directive. And so I said, I'll take a look into it, right? Because things that you see on TV, a lot of times you're just like, okay, that's just something on TV, right? And so that's when I looked into it, and I did my due diligence. The next morning I made the phone call, and I spoke to Brian, and Brian walked me through the program, and it just made a lot of sense for me. And so I got the food in. There was a lot of food. I remember seeing that first box of food, and it was very overwhelming because there was a lot of food. And then at that point, I read through the booklet. I started the program. I lost 7 pounds in the first week, and then I lost 79 pounds over 9 months.
That is incredible.
That is absolutely fantastic. I mean, what does your wife say now, Joey?
Oh no, it's completely, it's night and day, right? It's night and day with everything that we've done. Before Nutrisystem, it was always an excuse as to why I couldn't do something, but now I'm in the game. I'm not on the sidelines. I know that sounds like a cliche, but it's a reality for me that I'm participating more in life. And I'm able to do the things that I wasn't able to do before, and I can't, thank Nutrisystem enough for giving me that platform to stand upon to get back in the game.
Let me ask you this: Did you find it difficult? Was it the instructions complicated? Was it confusing at all? Like when you got the box home, or was it? Tell me what it was like.
Not at all. Yeah, not at all. So I mentioned to you the guy way, right? Doing things the guy way. And as you've shown on the screen over and over again, not just in this segment, but all day long, things are color-coded, right? You have color-coded things that say breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack. I'm it was very easy for me as a guy to work the program because I didn't have to do a lot of thinking. I didn't have to do, a lot of calculus or any kind of math of adding points or anything. It was literally, here's my breakfast section. I'm going to pick something for breakfast this morning. And so it was very simple. The food was great. And again, if it wasn't great, I knew that I had an option to return, right? I could say, hey, this wasn't great, but it was great. And so I kept on the program, and I lost the weight. It was just eating the food, right? It was just you eat the food, you lose the weight. It was just that simple.
I love it. That sounds like the guy way. Mm-hmm. Eat the food, lose the weight, real simple.
That's the guy way. And you know what, Joey? You told a story earlier about Nutrisystem bringing you closer to your wife in more ways than one. So share that with everyone.
Yeah, so I tell you the most special part of it, the most special part of the story to me, the journey, and there's so many people in my life, and Nutrisystem, allowed me to interact with each one of them differently, and I have a different journey with each of them. But probably the most special memory and the most special part of the journey was with my wife, because every day before I would go to work, she would always give me a hug, tell me have a great day, love you, those kinds of things. But before Nutrisystem, she would wrap her arms around me, and her hands couldn't touch. She couldn't touch fingertips. She couldn't touch anything. As I got on the Nutrisystem program and I started losing the weight, slowly but surely, those fingers started to touch, and then it was the hands were touching. Then she's like grabbing her, the wrists, and then it was like almost to her elbows, and I was just, it was one of those things that when I say I was literally closer to my wife because of it, I was literally closer to her because of it, and it was such a special feeling, and it still is.
Oh wow! Well, just that story just warms my heart, Joey. Thank you so much for calling in and sharing that very personal story with everybody, and we wish you continued success, which I know you will have. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you, guys. Have a great evening.
Bye, Joey.
Thank you, Joey. Thank you. All right. Well, I want to turn from Joey to you, because I know you've got a personal story. I want to hear more about it, and I know there's some pants involved.
Oh,
so
yes.
I think it's time to bring out those pants.
Well, we've got the pictures of me when I was a kid. So I was a heavy child. I was a heavy adolescent. I was up to over 250 pounds. And right before I went on Nutrisystem, I was, I went on vacation, and I was vacationing in a very hot climate. It was about 115 degrees there, and that was me at my heaviest. That was what I was wearing Christmas. Those pants there that I'm wearing on the left, these are those pants. And I didn't realize just how much smaller.
This is the pants.
These are the pants I was wearing in that
picture.
In that picture. These are the pants. And you know what, the weight loss happened so quickly, I didn't realize how much weight I had lost. So I was cleaning up the house one day and said, oh, you know, I need to put something on to clean up the house. And I grabbed these pants and went to put them on, and I went, whoa, wow. Oh my gosh.
What is it? Yeah.
So that's why I bring them. That's why I brought them here today, was so that you could see, and they're the reminder for me of what Nutrisystem can do for you. And I want to challenge you tonight, if you've made the decision to start the program, go in your closet. What are going to be your before pants? What are going to be the pants that you're on your social media going, this is what I was wearing before Nutrisystem? Because we're real people just like you. Joey's a real person. Ashley's a real person. I'm a real person who went on Nutrisystem, and we now have these stories saying this is what it did for us.
In the defense of the pants, though, they do look comfortable.
They are comfortable. They are super comfortable.
I would keep them and still wear them, to be honest, because I'm like, look how skinny I am. They're huge on me. I would keep those pants.
They are super comfortable.
We've got some more before and after. There's she lost 54 pounds in 18 months. And, you know, you see the lab coat. You know, people are in, like, the medical profession. And you're setting an example, but however, stress, the hours that those, you know, people work. Here's Amanda. She's 100 pounds down in 34 months. Now, I will tell you, 34 months are going to go by anyway.
They're going to go by anyway.
They're going to go by anyway. Do you want to be 100 pounds more you need to lose? So you need to lose 200 pounds now? Or do you want to lose that 100 pounds? Time will go by no matter what. You will save on your grocery bill. I don't know if you're spending more than, I can't even imagine feeding myself breakfast, lunch, and dinner and snack for $49 for a week, but that's what you're doing with Nutrisystem. It's an entire week of food for $49, $9 a day. 30 pounds in 3 months, $9 a day. I mean, you know, for $9 a day, that could be you. There's no reason. People are people. The science is there.
That's
you know, 85 pounds in 18 months, $9 a day. John, you know, looking at the before and after, I always see like that kind of look behind the smile when you look at their faces.
Right.
It may be a smile in the before, but there's an inner true happiness in the after, because, you know, it's not just like, oh, I'm thin, I feel like happier. It's like, if that's that's something you've got to accomplish, I can tell you from personal experience, it weighs on your brain, Kat. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I want to go to work. Oh, I should have done this to lose weight. I got to go here to, you know, hang out with friends. I really shouldn't do that because I should have lost weight. I'm gonna go on a vacation on a cruise. How can I go on a cruise? I should have lost weight. Who do I think I am going on a cruise? It's like every single decision you make, you think about what you should, this is what you should be doing. If you call the number on your screen or go to hsn.com, the one thing Kat and I recommend is auto ship.
That's right.
I always say if you've got more than 5 pounds to lose, get auto ship. But even if you only have 5 pounds to lose, I would still get auto ship, because
just so you have it.
But then you have like all the snacks and everything, and you're never caught. You know, before I would always get caught with like, oh, I'm really busy. I didn't have time to cook. Drive through, right?
I would do it all the time. And you know what, when I was on Nutrisystem, I remember one day, I still just instinctively, well, actually, my car just accidentally, my car just drove me.
Your GPS went home.
Right, it took me.
the drive-through.
And I was sitting in the driveway, and I went, I have Nutrisystem at home. And I pulled out of the driveway. And that's when I saw where Nutrisystem was really helping, not to just change my body, but to change my mind. If you want a mind-body transformation, a behavioral transformation, Nutrisystem can do that for you. We have 8 minutes left in this show. Make the decision right now to go, you know what, I'm doing it. Go to bed happy knowing that you did something that will change your life. Helen has said, the next 4 weeks have to pass anyway. You got to eat something. Why not eat cookies? Why not eat a cinnamon bun bar for breakfast? Eat sesame ramen. Really dine like a king or a queen, and know that you have done something good for yourself, because Nutrisystem can get you to where you want to go, but you have to make that decision. I'm starting the program again, because you know what? I know it works. It hasn't even occurred to me to try anything else, because Nutrisystem will do it. Chocolate peanut butter bar, one of my favorites. It's in my purse right now. I brought it so I could have it on the plane. We have a lot of people in the HSN family that are truckers. We had Ashley who called earlier, who was a nurse. Very busy lifestyle like yours. Nutrisystem can meet you where you are with your lifestyle, with whatever amount of weight you have to lose. But right now, this moment, as you're listening to me, me, this is the time to make that decision. There's a reason that you and I are communicating right now, and that's because all of those other programs you've tried that didn't work for you, Nutrisystem is here to work for you if you're here to work for you, and that requires picking up the phone and saying, I'm in.
Yeah, and besides having 6 minutes left in the presentation, we're at the end of the day. Kat has only got one more presentation today, and then the price ends at midnight. This today's special ends at midnight, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You have 4 hours, and it goes away. If you're about to go to bed, if you're about to, get the kids ready for bed, if you're about to go on, this is your moment. It's only going to be on one more time, and that's right before midnight, and then that is it. To be honest, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this, but we actually sold out of what we had planned for the day, and we went back to Nutrisystem and said we have a bunch more shows. We can either call it sold out, or is there any way we can get more? We had to negotiate midday today because this was so popular. I think because what everybody's gone through in the country, we've turned from being like, I'm just gonna sit home and eat, to being super optimistic, going out and having fun this summer, vacationing and seeing people, looking forward to the holidays. We wanna get you ready for the holidays. You know why? You got 2 days off. You've got Monday through Friday. You can work your program. Saturday and Sunday are off, but guess what? Maybe you've got a party on a Wednesday. You can take any 2 days off a week you want. You look ahead at the week and think, what 2 days do I want to take that I'm kind of on my own? What 2 days do I want to be flexible? This is a truly flexible, realistic lifestyle that makes it easier, not harder. It's not adding more work and more challenges. It's taking away work, like going to the grocery store, buying 1,000 herbs, getting recipes, cooking lasagna, having a sink full of dishes, meal prepping. All of that is eliminated. You can even warm it in the, the container, eat it out of it, and throw it in the garbage like you're in college. You know what I mean? Like, to be honest, I kind of live like that now. So I'm just saying that, 80 pounds, 30 pounds, this is $9 a day for 30 pounds in 6 months. $9 a day. Do you have $9 to give it a shot? We'll get your $9 back if you're not happy.
That's right.
You do have a guarantee. This isn't like, well, you buy it. 55 pounds in 7 months, $9 a day. I'll bet you Mike's happy he did it.
Mike is thrilled. 55 pounds in 7 months. Do you have 55 pounds to lose? Maybe you have 155 pounds to lose. Nutrisystem can get you there.
Yeah, absolutely. Nutrisystem got Kat there. And this is my first time working with Kat. You're amazing, by the way.
Oh,
you're fantastic. I love the way that you're really sharing very personal things and then really communicating, because I think that those of you out there who get this, I think it's kind of like people tell each other, like, we're